Hi you guys, so today I want to talk about the pros and cons of having Mohawk locks and also my reasoning behind getting Mohawk locks. So about 2 years ago, no, it was probably about 4 years ago, I decided, I had this big huge fro and I decided to cut my size. I got tired of my fro. I didn't know what to do with it. I got tired of braiding it. I got tired of it like eating up my edges on the side. Even though they grew back still, I got tired of it. So I decided to just shave off my sides and have a Mohawk fro, which was lovely. I kept that for about 2 years. I did different things with it, and I am going to drop some photos so you guys can see as I talk about my journey. But I did different things with it or whatever. But when COVID hit in 2020, I got tired. I got tired of doing my hair. I just got into like a funk, a bit of a funk, kind of in a dark place, not so much, but kind of sort of. But I got into a funk and I didn't want to do my hair anymore. So I decided to two-string twist it. Now, the first time I attempted to get locks, I bought this like crochet thing and I tried to instant lock it. I don't know what it's called, but I tried to stitch it together and epic fail. Like all my friends was like, no, Whitney, that is not cute. So I took them out and I kept the fro for maybe like another month or two. And then at that point I got super lazy. So one day I just like started scooping my hair out, two-string twisting it, like big little scoops or whatever, not really thinking much of it. And I just like over time, I just never got back to doing my hair. I made sure like I washed my hair or whatever, but baby, I was on the go. Everybody was in the house. Nobody was going anywhere. I had no reason to do my hair. So I just kept them two-string twists. And after a couple of months, I just like let it stay in there. I just never took them out. And by the time I realized like, oh my God, you know, your locks are like, it's locked now. It was too late. And I was already in love with them. So the pros of having large locks is you don't have to do your hair much. Easy to manage. Easy to style. You don't have to worry about your locks popping off. I know a lot of people were complaining about that who have smaller locks. I know that they said, you know, your locks are easy to pop off, I guess. You don't ever have to worry about that with larger locks. And I would say another thing is it's different. Like if you like a look that's different, Mohawk locks is a great look, especially if you're going with what I'm going with, which is like large Mohawk locks. Beautiful. Like when I would take my daughter to the hair salon to get her hair retwist, they will always like, oh my God, I love your hair. I wish I had larger locks. I do hear that a lot from a lot of people who have locks. Like they all tell me like, I wish I would have, you know, started with large locks. I wish my locks were larger. And I guess a lot of people regret having smaller locks. But like I said, it wasn't intentional. I actually was being lazy and I didn't want to do my hair. And so I made them as big as possible so I didn't have to do my hair or sit in the mirror for a long time. So that's how I ended up with larger locks. Now, moving forward, the cons of having Mohawk locks, especially large Mohawk locks. Limited styles. Like if you are used to changing up your styles, your hairstyles or whatever, Mohawk locks, especially large ones, are not for you. Okay? Another thing is, it's not that many cons, you know. Another thing would be not being able to wear wigs. Now it does become a point, like I'm still able to wear wigs, but it is coming to a point where I'm not going to be able to wear wigs. And I could tell now just by my last wig I had, like I was not able to, like it took me forever to try to pin my hair down. Like I couldn't even braid it. I had to like lay it flat and like sew it together flat because my hair was too thick to sit on top of each other. So I know eventually in the future it's going to become a point where I can't wear wigs at all, unfortunately. But I would say that's a con because that's what keeps me motivated to keep my locks mainly is because I'm able to switch it up by putting on a wig. And it's another reason, but I feel like that deserves a separate video because a lot of people struggle with this, and I want to tell my story, and I don't want to take away the pros and cons video, which is what I'm doing now. So that's going to be a separate video, but it is something else as to why, you know, I think it's going to be a little bit more challenging once my locks get bigger and I can't wear wigs. So anyway, another con would be being judged. You know, people will judge you for having like a punk rock, you know, kind of hairstyle, so to say. And it could make you want to, like, if you are a very conservative person and you want to be respected, I can't even say be respected because I don't even want to sit here and make it seem like it's like a bad thing to have Mohawk locks, but you will be judged by certain people, let me say that. And so if you are okay with that, then it's not a con. But if you are very sensitive to other people's thoughts, then I could see it being a con. I could see it taking a toll. People will stare, especially I think once I get to a point where my locks are longer and even thicker, I could see people starting to stare. But I don't really care. But, you know, it's just, I feel like that could potentially be a con with the Mohawk locks, especially if they're thick. Another con I would say would be your hair taking such a long time to dry. With thicker locks, I feel like they're like sponges, so they hold on to water so long. So it takes longer to dry, and I think the thicker they are, the longer it takes. So that's another con. I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's all the cons. The pros do outweigh the cons. It's only if you don't mind not being able to style your hair as much, or having limited styles because of it being a Mohawk, for one, and for two, them being large locks. So if you do decide to go with smaller Mohawk locks, I mean, I think that you have more options. I know it's easier for men because men have the same hairstyle, they don't really care. But for women, you know, we like doing different things. So if you do like doing different things, I would advise you to go with the smaller Mohawk locks. I would advise you to go with the smaller Mohawk locks so that you are able to wear wigs whenever you want to. So I would say that would be my only advice. But, you know, on this journey, you know, I have my good moments because I love when people see my hair and they're like, oh my God, I love your hair, it's so different. And I get more compliments than I get like stares. Nobody stares at my hair, but you know, I do have people that look like, oh my gosh, she got her hair cut. You know, you know when someone's looking at you and judging you, so to say. So yeah, that's like the only thing. But if you are content with who you are and what you represent, and if you love it and that's what you want, go for it. Don't let anyone stop you from doing what you want to do. That would be the biggest advice I could ever give. And I feel like the pros and cons really depends on your preference. What do you want? Do you love large locks? You know, if you love large locks, you don't care about the styles. If you love large locks and you don't really care about the styles, then it doesn't matter. It's not a con. You know what I mean? But if you do love different styles, then Mohawk locks period may not be for you, and that's okay. It's all about your preference. So before you go with this, you really have to consider, what are you looking for long term? You know, are you looking for something easier to manage long term? Are you looking for the same look long term? Are you looking to have the same look but also have the flexibility to wear a wig when the time is appropriate, or when you feel like the time is appropriate, you know, or when you want to switch it up? So it's totally up to you. And so, yeah, that's the pros and cons of having Mohawk locks. And just to show you guys, this is it. I usually don't let my hair grow back. As soon as it begins to grow back, I shave it. So I usually shave my hair like every 2 weeks. This is the other side. I know how to go with a very classy look too. Whenever I'm going for a very classy look, I usually just pin it up like it is now. Not so much flyaways, but I made sure I have a little cute little bun up here. I may do my little edges right here to have them slick. And yeah, put on my blazer, and I am going to, I think I already posted a picture, but if I haven't, you know, it's gonna be there now. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me. Like I said, I don't mind the different looks. I love the different looks. I love not being so tied up in my appearance and just concerned about my character. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new, you definitely want to stay tuned because my next video is going to be very interesting about my locks. So make sure you stay tuned. Bye.